Well, I got mindless contentment. 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 I don't wanna watch TV. I don't even wanna be with me. I don't wanna do anything. I don't wanna do anything, anything, anything. Well, I got mindless contentment. Yes, I got mindless contentment. Well, I got mindless contentment. Well, I got mindless contentment. I know, no, I never know, I never know, I know, no, I never know, I never know.
Check, check. What's up, folks? Happy Saturday. March 7th, 2026. It is 8:23 here in West Michigan, East Coast time. Don't forget to move those clocks ahead, even though most of them do it themselves nowadays. And the shit gets thicker with each passing day. We are now into the beginning of the second week of the U.S.'s war in Iran. On Iran. American soldiers coming home in body bags. So I am hearing today the families of the fallen were able to receive the body. So yeah, I don't know how much. What can you say about that? Death sucks, but when you have the elite class always seeming to be in power, no matter what, we don't ever see any of these people's fucking kids going, right? Not how it used to be. Yes, maybe. Sorry, I gotta fix this mic. It is, yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, none of us with our head on straight or even halfway think it's any surprise at all that this is what's happening. I mean, if you believe that Trump was not going to start any wars, I have bridges. Lots of bridges for you to purchase. Lots of bridges. Whoa, that one went down the wrong tube. Oh, that shit burns. Anyway, here I am, a woman in love. Blah 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 blah. I seen 5 people for a minute. Now we're back down to 3. Can I get you guys to share this out? Hit a thumbs up, a thumbs down. Share it with your mother, your brother, and your uncle too. Tell your grandpa and your grandma about TV too. Yeah, so I just thought I would I got shit I could have been doing. I slept really, really good last night or this morning, I should say. And I think it was right after I told some folks that in chat that I stuffed my face and took a nap. And I woke up I don't know, fucking hour and a half ago. Darlene, what up? So we're going to hang out and spend as much time on this shit as possible until it starts driving me nuts or you guys nuts. Because there's a lot to just a lot to take in, and it sucks because there's a lot. Kind of hoping we could be more focused on I can't get my fucking mic right today to save my life. Focus on election season, Woohoo, what a blast. Yeah. It does kind of suck that it is it's a little annoying. It's every 2 years. Every 2 years. And then some, right? Locally. But, we got a lot of things, a lot of continuing to grow in the right direction here in Michigan. And the 2024 election, was a little disappointing for a lot of Michiganders. But, Michigan was in the state house and Senate was blue for 40 years, man. Just as red for 40 years, just as red as you could be, right? 40 fucking years. I'm sure there's other states that are like that, but probably not a lot to the degree that Michigan was for so long, right? And then you add on, Republican governors just as often as any Democrats were getting elected for the longest time into that position. So, but we've been purple at least. We fucking Democrats took majority of the state house and Senate a couple years ago. We didn't hold on to both. So it's over the the bigger picture of the last 10 years, we're moving in the right direction. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Well, you have a safe trip. Your dad was talking about that last night? Yeah. Yep. 40 years of Republican, you know, majority legislators in Michigan. And I don't know what to say because I've only gotten into this stuff in the last, 10 years or so. And it's, people can judge and laugh if they want, but there's a lot to it. And by that, I mean, it's insane for a state like Michigan, who is home to the three biggest fucking auto industry companies in the world and the biggest fucking office furniture company in the United States. I don't know. Some might disagree with me about Herman Miller being the biggest, but there's Steelcase and there's some of them changed some names. Hayworth, blah blah blah. Herman Miller. And to be in the financial position we're in with all those years of fucking Republican leadership, let's give the dirty libs a chance to clean up the mess and fucking make shit better in this state. You know what I mean? I think I've almost come to accept that, and it's not just America, it's like countries just run deficits. Seems to be what they do. Seems to be the way. I don't think any of us crying about what a complete fucking shit show illusion the whole world and global financial system is, because it is. I don't know. People, some of my dear, completely rational, most down to earth, most informed liberal friends are, they don't like that talk. And look, I get it. It works right now, but just requires ignoring the fractional lending system. Anyways, that's my thoughts on that. We're going to keep, we will continue to stay on top of this shit in Iran because, this was the, I think I said last night that though I had completely expected this. I know I don't hate to sound like a know-it-all, but it's like, because I'm not by any means at all. I was several weeks late on my prediction for the invasion of Iran. But it just, at what point do you fucking keep ignoring what Trump says and start believing him? You don't have to believe him when he tells you how terrorists work. You have to believe him when he says he's going to fucking start wars. You know why? Because his terrorists won't work. You don't have to believe him when he says that he's not in the Epstein files or he's done nothing wrong. But you have to believe him when he says he's going to invade Cuba because he's in the fucking files doing terrible shit. You know what I mean? Darlene says the Detroit salt mine, located 11 to 1,200 feet underground. The city is massive, active 1,500-acre facility with over 100 miles of underground roads operating since 1910, while it is one of the largest in the U.S. Is that where you're going or something? You going to see a salt mine? He's in his own reality. It is the reality of these elite. I tried not to jump on that bandwagon. I'm still not on it about the elite being evil or whatever. You know what I mean? But the Epstein, I wasn't ignorant to fucking sex trafficking or that people do really, really unmentionable things. I mean, shit that most of the time I can't pay attention to that kind of crap because it's just too, I know it sounds stupid or selfish, but it's just too hard on me. I just can't take a lot of it. I watched a BBC special with couple American agents and agents from other countries taking down child porn producers and child abusers from the dark web. That shit's hard. I started watching it twice and kept turning it off because I just, as soon as they'd start talking, getting descriptive, and then you're looking at these fucking detectives wondering how it is that they're still breathing. Because anyways, it's some of the worst of the worst. So these and I've realized that, but the Epstein files have definitely opened my eyes to about the protection and the system in place and how many different folks are involved and in what way, kind of more how it works, right? Like Epstein was I really believe Epstein, Maxwell, and Trump were the top three people in what is now probably the biggest child sex trafficking ring in American history. Our president, Donald Trump, at least number 3 ranked person in the fucking largest child sex trafficking ring in our country's history. And it's a drop in the bucket when you look at how bad shit is worldwide. Doesn't mean we shouldn't fight back. We don't have to. We can stop this kind of fucking crap from happening in America if we can get to the bottom of why this shit's being able to be covered up and we don't have any power. Are you kidding me? Who runs this motherfucker? You might want to say, or you might feel like we run it, but really? I don't think we do. We can. I don't think we run this motherfucker. You got people like MAGA warriors here. Dave Incel from California. He's a pedophile protector. These are the people that think it's if they keep this shit up, Dave, you're such an idiot, man. I know everything I need to. And for you to sit here and think you're doxing me day after day. I'm an artist. I have live streams. I'm a musician. No one, it's not a mystery who I am. But for you to sit here and go this much farther overboard after knowingly voting for a rapist at a minimum, likely child rapist, right? I mean, how much, what do we need? Do we need a video? Because I don't want to see that shit. Isn't good enough fucking taking multiple victims' words, timelines, fucking other evidence into consideration, right? Anyway, you're a douchebag, Dave. You know that, right? That's why you're here. I mean, you show every day just how fucking needy you are. Depraved. No, America isn't standing against the liberals. Right now, the liberals are the backbone of America. And the Republicans that aren't disagreeing with me are the same ones that are sitting back, keeping their fingers crossed and hoping that the liberals will fucking clean up, will get Trump out And so they don't have to speak up against Dear Leader, because that can be dangerous to a bank account or to a career or to your life and your family's life. Am I right, Dave? Anybody ever have folks showing up at their house because they questioned the job Biden was doing? I don't think so. Why don't you just fucking be a real man? Why don't you come on here and show your fucking nasty ass face and tell us what we're not getting right, other than, we know you, Troy. You're a genius, buddy. You don't want to hash this out, Dave? You don't have anything more to say to me? You just want to come in and fucking tell me that you know me, or you, a we, whatever the fuck that, whoever that is. I don't know if you have a mouse in your pocket. Some fucking boll weevils in your hair. Yes, I agree. Everyone loves TV too. That's what I tell myself. Darling, so somehow you think that you're going to convince people here who know TV that he's trash and not working. We know him better and longer than you have, loser. Well, Dave Incel is a great example of the issue that we have here in America with MAGA. Whatever it is, 77 million people he claims are MAGA. That is an issue, you guys. I mean, prove me wrong. It's a fucking issue, right? Trump's going away, but people like Dave Incel aren't. I mean, I'm not worried about him. I'm more concerned for the people in his neighborhood that don't realize what he's going through. Is that a fair assumption, Dave? So part of the problem is Dave is, he was, you know, it was hard to understand at first what he was getting at about saying he was former Marine. But it turns out he was a dishonorable discharge. And which I guess led to him losing his, his wife left him or whatever, wife and kids. Sure, she took the kids. But I don't know what, I mean, anybody, like Darlene said, anybody that spent a few minutes here knows that I have immediate family that still serve our country in some capacity. Immediate family that spent a lifetime career of doing it. And so that's why some of these like this kind of stuff is very difficult, like for me, because like the attacks on Venezuela, right? Because I am as patriotic as you can be when it comes to having a standing, capable, readied military defense. I mean, look what Trump reduced our Navy to being fucking crime detectives and fucking arresting a dope dealer, basically Maduro, right? Someone taking, corrupt politician in some other country. So I think that's embarrassing. And that obviously anybody, and it's not like just my immediate family that serve and have served. So most folks that I've gotten, a whole lot of my friends enlisted volunteered right during the first Gulf, or not the first Gulf War. I guess that would be H.W. Bush, but Iraq and Afghanistan. We were young. We were fucking 19 and 20 years old. No, that was the first one. Sorry. We were still young. We were 29 and 30 years old. When these folks are able to, this it was hard for a while. I was pissy in 2014 and before, right? My friends, a lot of them were not happy with me, like my brothers and sisters that I fucking grew up with. They didn't understand my position right away, that their loyalty, their dedication, their selflessness isn't diminished in any way, shape, or form by the wrongful reason of our presidents, plural, sending them to do things that weren't necessary. They don't have, and it's very hard to speak about these things and then not somehow, not intentionally, but have guilt well up in these people, because they know. And that's why I bring it up, because it's wrong. Assholes are the people, the anti-Americans, the assholes, the fucking real extreme, maybe far left people that just want to fucking pretend like everything's black and white. Those people are the ones that make it a guilt trip and don't understand what what it takes for a 19, 20, 21-year-old, whatever age, to go volunteer after being raised in a country from, the 60s, 70s on, that instilled in us, demanded that we know we're invincible. Iraq and Afghanistan was Gen X's fucking Vietnam. It's very difficult to have those conversations without folks coming out of it feeling unhappy. And I don't know how to deal with that, because I can tell them folks over and over, you don't have to, you can't blame yourself. I mean, when it gets to where people are volunteering in those ways, and they don't have all the information. We didn't for the longest time. When it comes to Iraq and Afghanistan invasions. But I tell you guys, I am set back about how, you know what Trump does is never surprising, always shocking, never surprising. But how quickly we've forgotten about literally we just what year was it? Was it 2024 that Biden finally dragged us out of Afghanistan for the final time? Whatever. It's crazy. He's just a fruitcake, Darlene. And, you know, that was something I was a little naive to, even though I've been hanging around for fucking decades online now, right? That was something that I was fucking naive to is some of these people really are just that fucked up, man. And you know what it is? They have an obsessive compulsion. So, I mean, you're right in the sense that he's obsessed, but it's it's not us. It could have been anything, but something gets stuck. I'm sure it has been other things completely unrelated in Dave Incel's life over the years, and it'll be something different again eventually. It gets fucking pinned to his fucking forefront, and that's it, man. He's it is impossible for those folks to let go of it. The same as people who constantly have to be checking their locked doors or washing their hands or, you know, picking up things or saying something or doing something a billion fucking times in a row before they feel complete, they've done it right, whatever. Yeah, that's why I don't bother with it too much. I mean, I've already I just I've always kept it real. I'm just an everyday. I think the only thing I've ever tried to focus on was I love to get to know folks without being nosy, and so I always share a lot about myself. You know, I mean, you got to find it's not about me. It's about making people feel comfortable, and I'm honest about that. I'm not doing it just to make them feel comfortable. I know that that's what happens, and you know, I absolutely respect and understand people's concern about privacy and whatever, but yeah, Dave is so I've had to pull back because I prefer just to be straight up honest with these people and tell them don't you're fucking with the wrong person. But whatever. I mean, I've been fucking dealing with these idiots for years and here I am still sitting here fine. Yeah. Yep, I said it last night, Darlene. Darlene, you're exactly right. Darlene says, I admit I was blind when it came to Trump, but I was able to open my mind. Macaroni helped me a lot, asked me to do one thing go look for myself. And that's exactly it. Like I've told you folks over and over, you can trust me, but I don't think you should. I mean, if it's you're new here, might want to fucking watch and then fucking fact check me on a bunch of stuff. And then you don't have to fact check me because you can see that I'm pretty consistent. But that's it. It's like, and I'm proud that I can't remember who actually came up. I have a way better extended version of whatever this formula is. Laziness. That's where it starts. Laziness, um, arrogance, feeding the laziness, overconfidence, too high a self esteem, or maybe hyper self esteem. But it's laziness. Laziness leads to ignorance. Ignorance leads to fear. Fear leads to hate. And hate leads to violence. Laziness, ignorance, fear, hate, and violence. Laziness. That's what MAGA is. When you speak to them, sure, you got to go to the next one, the next step, step 2, ignorance, right? When you speak to them, you realize how ignorant they are. And there's nothing when it comes to Americans, Gen X, older, I'm just saying, because that's where, look, I'm not fucking beating up on my kids' generations, right? And I have kids in 2 other generations. At least start at that right there, Gen X and older. If you're ignorant, it's because you were lazy. And then I don't really know what to say. I mean, it just, then it's just symptoms after that, right? Fear, hate, anger, or fear, hate, violence. Darlene says, I was hardcore Trumper, but I was able to look at things Macaroni asked me, and don't think I didn't ask him to do the same thing. And of course, Mac would come back and set me straight. Yeah. Darlene, he's one that I've known one of the folks I've known the longest. Mac is a good doobie. And he was a Republican for a long time, you guys. I mean, Mac was on that fringe when he started hanging out in Mighty streams, right? And I never knew until just maybe 2 years ago when Mac said, you guys, I used to be a conservative, or I used to, always vote Republican. I mean, I can remember a couple conversations with Mac, or him having some conversations with liberals in Mighty stream where I'm like, yeah, he's questioning stuff that most of us on the left aren't, but I didn't think nothing of it. But it's obviously a good thing, right? Like, I do it all the time. We have to. You can, if you want to fucking blindly support Democrats, you can fuck off. I hope I made that clear. Well, other than vote blue no matter who for a minute, right? Because if there's any Republicans out there that are, unless you know for sure that, it's some sort of local election or whatever, this Republican has, and like here in Michigan, Darlene and I, we can vote a split ticket at any time. So, and I've registered as independent, not because that matters in that situation, but just purely principle. You can't, if you find a Republican that has sensible fucking policies that they're campaigning on, and that's a fucking thing that's never going to change. Campaign promises, even if these people fucking are, you would bet your life that they're completely genuine. They might not get any of them done, right? Sadly, that's been the case in some, but they're not going to get all of them done. Whatever. And that they haven't been not just, and that's the problem I have. It's like, I don't think just not supporting Trump isn't good enough if you're a Republican. And people go, well, you're a fucking arrogant dick, aren't you, TV? Maybe. I don't give a fuck if I'm an arrogant dick or not, if that's the label that I have to carry for saying that if you have not spoke out against Trump, you're a fucking part of the problem. There's no fences anymore. They're long gone. It's a simple, cheesy, cliche fucking saying, but you're either part of the solution or part of the fucking problem. My mom used to tell me, don't come to the dinner table with an issue unless you have some sort of solution, no matter how silly that solution is. You can't fucking cry without spending some time, you know, considering a fucking solution. My solution is vote blue no matter who, unless you know these people have not sat silently. If there's someone on the right you think is a fucking, is gonna be, is a change, is outside the norm, great. What's their thoughts on Trump? Gloria, what's up, sister? Welcome to the stream. Cheers to you. Yeah, Max a fucking keeper. There's a lot of these fuckers that I love, Darlene. I'm telling you. And Darlene, I know you're not dumb. You know, I say that knowing that you see all the fucking dirty bullshit, disgusting comments. And I think I'm a pretty fucking wiry guy. I don't have a lot of, I have my fucking shortcomings, maybe I should call them, issues, pet peeves, shit that I just don't have any fucking tolerance for it all, right? I thank you, darling, because I realize I don't know how to, I got to be careful because the last thing I want to do is insult you trying to humble myself, right? We all do what we do, and my thing is that I'm never going to fucking push back on people trying to improve their lives, trying to do better. And there isn't anything I've seen from Darlene but trying to fucking be a better person. I don't say a better person like she was some sort of lousy person. I don't know. All I know is I take people every day when they're fucking, when I see them every day or often, and they're consistently showing positive, humane, you know, actions and words. I'm not going to I have no desire to stunt that, criticize that, or think I'm fucking somehow better than anyone at any point. I don't give a fuck. Somebody could ask me, well, TV, are you sure you don't think you're at least a little bit more, have a better fucking grip and understanding on this than some folks or these folks? Probably. That doesn't make me any better of a person than them. And I'm sure there's plenty of folks that have a much better grip. Probably more, majority of folks have a majority of a better grip on a majority of things than TV does. I bet you a lot of them don't think they're any better than me. Evening to you, Beezers. Be Nice is up in this motherfucking house. Darlene, if, you know, you have given me, you have given me, and I see it like that, but forced me to fucking talk to myself. And you're not the only one, sister. What kind of fucking person am I going to be? Am I going to fucking stand up and be an example and say, look, at every fucking turn, we have to give people who are showing genuine effort to that they want, that they have morals, that they want to see the right things happening in the world. You're not going to get, you're just never going to fucking see me pushing back on those people. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I sit there and fucking talk to fucking chuds every day. You know, even Bo and John, it's been a couple times since me and John have started chatting again that I've said, I'm like, Jesus Christ, TV, it was pretty nasty, but I don't give a fuck. Cause who the fuck is all that is my ego fucking, you don't need to put up with that shit. That's bullshit. I don't have the fucking time left in life or energy to fucking be like that. I do rock Michigan like a motherfucker. Yeah, I don't have. Darlene says, when you apologized to me in front of the whole chat room of people, I knew who you were at that point. I don't have. Sure, I have a fucking strong personality, maybe. I don't have a fucking ego. I don't have a chip on my shoulder. I am a big mouth. I am outgoing. I am fucking wild for sound. None of those things, you know, make it that someone is an arrogant fucking selfish bastard, you know, and Darlene, those kinds of moments are the best things, memories I had. Those are the things that I can most stand proudly on. I'm not kidding you. Apologizing to some lady in a chat that I've never met. It doesn't get any better than that to me because it's so kind of. There was no big gain for anybody, right? From that, is all I did was be honest. Like I can't, shit fucking eats at me, and I don't give a fuck what I look like to people. If I look weak or if I look like I'm an ass kisser, I don't care. I have to I cannot fucking allow that shit to fucking eat at me. There's no way. There's John. John, cheers to you, mother brother. And there's Jim. Jim, would that shit, I mean, I'm not a fucking grifter, right? Like, I have a merch shop. You guys almost never, probably ever, I doubt you have ever seen me say, will you guys go check out my merchandise, or will you guys donate, or any of that? Like I don't even bring it up, but I wonder, would that be a good one? Because I'm for sure I wouldn't mind putting out or creating some products that would sell. I'm not against that. I mean, who the fuck doesn't want to spend $65 for a fucking coffee mug? With my dumb ass on it. I'm a loudmouth. Would that work, Jim? Because I don't have any shame. I mean, if I can make if I can do a new piece of fucking, come up with some graphics, including the caption, I'm a loudmouth, and you think people will buy it, I'll do it. I think I have room in my merch shop for a few more designs. I appreciate Darlene. I do. She just kept me fucking yap. I knew this stream would pick up eventually. I'm like, where the fuck is everybody? Calling Gloria, Gloria. Sorry, I can't help it. It's the same with Benny. 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 In the jets. Jim says, son of a bitch, you can't break into giggles when you mention merch price. It's only $17.50 for a coffee mug, but for fuck's sake, $17? 17 fucking dollars for a goddamn coffee mug. You know what it is? They set the prices, and I'll be honest with you guys. So for a $17 fucking coffee mug, I think I'd get like $4.70, something like that. It's a third, basically. Yeah, so maybe I was a little. Maybe it'd been $5.70 some cents. I don't know. Anyways, it's like a third. You know, and I get it because there's a print setup. There's a fucking whatever the hell they call it. They have to set up for your artwork, and I've had band shirts printed in the past and shit, and though things are different, and I've had to have shirts printed for the companies I've worked for. So I understand like the setup fees and all that shit, and so there's no setup fee with this crap, So they take it upon themselves, And I mean, can you imagine if somebody goes in and buys one or two pieces of fucking TV2 merchandise and they have to set it up for that, and then nobody ever buys another fucking thing? They're losing money, but. So I would like literally take nothing if I could just sell the fucking mug for $10. I'm serious. Like, I'm not going to sell. I mean, how many fucking, even if I got $5 a mug, how many fucking mugs do I have to sell to make any sort of fucking difference in my life financially? Lots. I mean, 100 mugs would give me a lousy $500, right? Gonna sell 100 mugs? Maybe. 1,000 mugs? $5,000. Gonna sell 1,000 mugs? Not for a long time. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how big your channel is. Seriously, it's like I don't need the $5. I want my, and this is why, and I do have, proudly enough, some artwork all over the world, and I think 3 different countries. I have some in UK, in Australia, and obviously here in the US. Nothing anybody will ever hear about. But that's the thing. It's like, I don't need the fuck $5. I want my fucking logo and my shit in every goddamn house. Wherever we can get TV2 logos, let's fucking do that shit. I don't need to make money off it. Aaron, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Happy weekend. John says he just ordered a t-shirt with a raccoon on it saying you're on my list to bite when I get rabies. NXT, is that some wrestling shit, Aaron? I won't complain, brother. I know how much you love that stuff. So if you're like literally dividing your electronic devices with your passion and your love to have TV2 up, I appreciate that. Jim says, dumb shit that I am, I somehow became the logistics genius supporting idiots who were buying Chinese t-shirts cheap in Canada and having them screened in Detroit. Import clusterfuck. So they would send them to so they would buy t-shirts from China, send them to Detroit to have them screen printed. You just said having them screened in Detroit. Import clusterfuck. Yeah. Elaborate, Jim. Dude, I don't know if you guys have like the I don't know. I have one compulsive disorder shirt left that I wear, and it's getting beat. I don't know how many I printed, like 20. It cost me a bunch of fucking money. The dude I went to school with still prints t-shirts, still does printing, qualities. But I remember when it happened, and it's like, he's like, Troy, my wife literally fucking spent 2 days carving because it was my own fucking personal artwork. And it was I still didn't get really the product I wanted, though it wasn't bad. The artwork was dead on right, but it was expensive back then. But so it was right around the time that I decided I was going to try and learn how to paint, that I also was looking up how to do screen printing. And the old style is, and I don't even know exactly how the new fucking shit works, unfortunately. I did see a kick-ass embroidery machine at when I worked for Pete's there in the office, and I had to order our shirts in 2019 or 2020. It was Rubylith, right? You take Rubylith as this material, right? And you can use acetone to get it to adhere to a screen. And then you have to cut out for a screen print, you would cut out each color, right? So you would have a screen for each color. So you had to cut out what parts were going to be, and the outlines, the hard lines. And I couldn't fucking get any fucking of these companies that produce, and I think there was like 2 of them or something like that were big, or that I was easily able to contact. They would just don't sell to people unless you have a fucking tax ID number. It's like, I'm not a fucking business. I'm a customer. So I never did that. And even though that's kind of outdated now, or outstyle, and I don't know if there would be any way I could, the materials aren't an issue. Production and shipping are. Production probably half as much of an issue as the shipping. So I would love to be able to do my own stuff. I mean, I'm an artist, for fuck's sake. I should be doing this shit. A fucking 4-armed screen print machine wouldn't be that expensive at all. I've seen more and more of that stuff coming up for sale, but it's a different, it's using Rubylith and acetone and actual screens, manual screens, right? But it would be worth it to me because I just want to get that way I could fucking do the most insane detailed artwork of my artwork and put it on shirts, posters, whatever, and keep it absolutely as cheap as possible. Jim says, yeah, screen printed, and then you have to calculate the value added for customs purposes. Oh, wow, that's weird. Yeah, but how is the value added determined, Jim? Does it look at the assumed or possible sale value, or does it look at what the cost for production of that added value was? Right? Like the screen printing. Do they go by now what that shirt is going to sell for, or do they go by what it costs to have that screen print added? Jim goes on to say, reality, when you paid 79 cents per unit for the t-shirt, the value added is all of it. Don't tell customs. Yeah, right. So obviously the shirt is like, exactly my thoughts. So like the shirt is worth whatever it is a shirt, pretty goddamn cheap. Like I was saying, the materials aren't an issue. It's and that shirt isn't worth a fuck until you put something on it, which may cost less than the shirt or the same price. Jim says 79 cents per shirt. At the end of the day, you could probably just about, whatever, maybe just a one or two color image or something, right? But I guess determining the cost of the print is, is determined by how much you're going to sell it for, I suppose. Aaron says this. I seen how they screen printed metal where my father worked. It was really cool. I worked in litho and sheet prep after my college fallout. Oh, wow. That would be cool, Aaron. I had a job when I was 18-ish, right out of high school. You guys will probably never be able to see the scar. Yeah, my fucking camera sucks. I mean, I can barely see my desk right now, but look how fucking lit up everything is. Where we made sharpened drill bits. And then we would, sometimes we used one of those fucking things that would, it always reminded me of like, it was like some sort of electric shock thing that would, put the numbers on like steel parts, like a serial number. But there was another thing too that did actually kind of printed it on the steel. Similar to litho, I'm guessing. That was a long time ago. Jim says, look at all of it, and they have accepted fixed values. Oh, for promotional concert shirts used to be $14. I gotcha. So you couldn't even debate it, like it was just a really fucking broad, sweeping imports law where they just said, fuck it, no matter what, anything, any sort of t-shirts with shit promoted or printed on it is 14 US. Gloria says she's one living in the South that knows how to deal with snow and not panic, and our local weatherman tells us a trace of snow is coming. John, I grew up in Buffalo, New York. Yeah. There's like two other places in the country that get more snow than literally my area, you guys, and you can look it up. It's like the Buffalo, New York area, and then maybe some place in Maine or something like that. But literally the fucking snow belt, the fucking lake effect snow belt, TV is basically dead center of it. All right, hang tight, you guys. I have to I don't know. I haven't really. Maybe let me yap for a minute longer. I can't get a whole nother fucking drink in my coffee cup unless I finish what I have in there. We got this new Keurig and I'm pissy about it. Our old one, we have semi-hard water, I guess. Like it's not real hard. It's not fucked up our toilet. Over all these years, our fiberglass bathtub shower inserty dingy thingy has slightly changed color. You can't fucking smell the shit. I couldn't stand that. I'd never be able to deal with that. Like, sadly, the neighbor, probably 150, 200 yards behind us, he has a water softener. It's like, dude, I couldn't fucking deal with it. I couldn't deal with hard water or a water softener. Both taste like shit. But it's hard enough here that it took its toll on our coffee maker. So now we got a new one that only does fucking 10-ounce fucking cups. Are you kidding me? 10 ounces? It's got 3 fucking settings, 10, 8, and 6. This thing's like, I don't know what it is. It's got to be, I think it's a 20 or 24 ounce. It probably tells me somewhere. I think our old Keurig would do 16-ounce cups of coffee or something like that. I don't know. It had a slow brew setting. I don't know. I'm not happy at all. I don't know how many different versions of Keurigs there are. And yeah, the one that we had to toss, our son over in Maryland got us, and he's a fucking beauty. So it probably was a fucking, one of the more top of the line ones. Well, it wouldn't work. Mrs. V had to get us a fucking coffee maker. I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to go back to the old Mr. Coffee. I'm serious. Go get me a fucking Mr. Coffee machine and one of those fucking Bunn glass bowl pots. Jim says, TV, I built my career on trying to argue with either U.S. or Canadian customs. I bought a lot of beers, though. I hope it was Molson. That's good shit. Jim, all you'd have to do is say, TV, I'll buy you a fucking Molson, and the contract would be yours, or whatever. I'd work shit out. Would fucking smuggle the shit through the fucking Michigan woods. Aaron says, yeah, Sam said once, I'm getting rid of the Bunn coffee maker. It's hard to beat those. I don't know. I think it is. I don't know. I'm not such a coffee snob that I notice much. I mean, I can notice when shit isn't brewed right, when it's weak or it's fucking burnt or it's, and it's hard to make coffee too strong for me. But if it's brewing it too hot, Oh, not getting rid of. Yeah, yeah. We haven't seen Sam in a while. I don't know if we seen Kate yesterday or not. I don't know why, Aaron, but for a while I thought Kate was your roommate, but it's Samantha that is, right? I've probably asked Kate Freelander where she found us from, but I gotta, but I care. It's fucking important to me. But we're getting so busy and I'm meeting so many people and it's very hard. I think I probably do myself a disservice and them and you folks by trying to stay on top of it. Molson Canadian, Jim, I'm just not fucking blowing smoke up your ass, brother. We had, and you could probably tell me about, there was, wasn't there 3 Canadian beers? And I don't want to say ice. I mean, there is Molson Ice, but there's Molson Canadian. There was a Molson Golden, and a Molson Dark. And I'm sure Jim will correct me on that. The Molson Golden was very good. I think I've looked a couple times, and in some areas they call it a Molson Fireside now. I don't know. Anyways, Molson Canadian, I swear to God, and I went from drinking like Heineken and Rolling Rock, Coronas to Molson. Never liked the ice beer. It's shit. Ice beer is shit. No Labatt's, no Labatt's Blue or any of that kind of crap. I swear, you guys, I have never, ever in my life had a lousy Molson Canadian. I've had a good handful of times where I didn't want anything to drink. I did not want a beer. And I'd get a Molson Canadian, and it might have been the best goddamn beer I tasted, you know, that night, right? Like, it fucking hit. It's never, ever bad. And you know what sucks, Jim, is used to have them, the store down the road used to carry them. The store down the road from that store used to carry them. And then I had to go down 6-7 minutes to the next little town to get to the grocery store to get Molson Canadian. They stopped carrying them. It's a bitch. It pisses me off. But you know what really pisses me off about it is that American consumers create the problem I have now finding Molson Canadian, because you motherfuckers won't drink good beer. You think fucking Bud Light, you think Budweiser, Miller, fucking Coors, I don't know what else you motherfuckers are drinking. Even some of you motherfuckers are so fucking let's be different and do the micro brews. A lot of those micro brews are shit. It's shit fucking beer. You know why they're fucking popular? Because it's different and they put a bunch of fucking bullshit in it. Make a good beer once. Stop putting all, and whatever. I've had some good stuff like Summer Shanties and, you know, from Leinekugel, and Sam Adams does some good seasonal beers. Do it right or fuck off. Start with a good fucking beer like Molson Canadian. You know what I mean? I like some different fruity, tangy, earthy stuff too. I mean, I'm not addicted to having all those different experiences, but I've tasted plenty that are good, is good shit. That's not 90% of what's going on with the microbreweries. I'm not saying you guys all suck. Just make a good fucking beer. Make a regular beer first. You know what you should do? You should have a bottle of Molson Canadian. And bottle, not a can. Not out of a fucking draft barrel. A bottle. A bottle of Molson Canadian. A brown motherfucking bottle. And then you can fucking model your microbrewery after that. Hey, at least it wasn't a fucking politics rant tonight. Yeah, B says she likes her bun. She runs vinegar through it occasionally. B, we tried that before we pitched out a Keurig. It didn't work. Gloria, I've heard. Now, I do have a local friend that I grew up with, who is a decent connoisseur. He loves Red Stripe, and he also did recommend to me Moosehead. I can find Red Stripe, and I've seen Moosehead, but I'd have to probably hit a few stores to find it. Yeah, that's awesome. Gloria knows good beer. Yeah, Molson and Labatt's. Labatt's has blue. My all-time fave was Molson Specialty 7.0 Bach. I'm not a dark beer guy, and it was so smooth. Well, that's it, Jim. Is like, even just like Canadian is up there in alcohol content, right? 7, that's pretty strong to, like you say, still be that smooth. Yeah, because I'm not a dark beer guy either. I think that's what I love. Like, you know, like I said, I went, and honestly, and Jim, you can tell me what you think about this because I know you've had both. Rolling Rock, obviously a little more milder. Heineken, maybe it is just tough to get a good quality Heineken imported here into the U.S. anymore. But I tell you what, the last time I drank one, I'm like, how the fuck was I drinking this shit? Seriously. So I like something with flavor, but like Jim says, it just there's nothing wrong with a little heavy bodied beer. But it's got to be fucking enjoyable. New Glarus. Oh, Guinness. Yeah, I think I've tried a Guinness and a Foster's each once. Like, one of the dudes I used to cook with, his buddy would come down, because everybody always drank at the bar we worked at, right? Or the restaurant we worked at, we'd just fucking, as soon as we closed the kitchen, we were sitting at the bar. And these motherfuckers would always share their Foster or something, because they were big ass cans. That shit's nasty. I mean, it's just not great. Glory says she still likes Labatt's Blue. Her brother-in-law used to drink them at Buffalo hockey games. And I, Joe, used to be able to buy it here in North Carolina anymore. Yeah, it's weird. Aaron says he had a Guinness at Irish Fest 2 years ago. Never again. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. Gloria says she did try Red Stripe and she wasn't impressed. I haven't yet. And I tell you, my buddy was hassling me fucking 6 years about try some Red Stripe. Man, Jim, I don't know. I don't know if Jim and Aaron both have Irish roots at all, but God damn it, I'd have to go back and look. There was some documentary I watched the other day about Irish immigrants. Oh, it was maybe it was the Schwitzer licorice story. The Switzer family licorice story. Anyways, it got into some fucking. I don't know if that was it or not. I was on I go in phases. I was on an Irish history kick. Yeah, and these two Irish folks were getting married, and you could, like, the bride's dad was just pissy. It's just like, fuck all these new fucking ways of doing things. These two will be, seriously, it's like your fucking wedding night, and the bride's dad is loaded. Like, these two will be divorced in 5 years. Oh, it was, forgive me, it was, I don't know. I'm going to be quiet now because I can't fucking remember it right. Yeah, anyways. All right, I've sucked down enough of this drink to go get another one in there. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm going to be back in just a few minutes. I'm going to go do a BRB and refill this fucking drink. Let's go! All right, so I'm going to go make a drink, and I'm going to come back and fucking yap again for a very long time. I gotta get these streams. I just, I mean, I don't fucking do nothing after ending them. It's such a fucking adrenaline rush, and I'm an old fella. Like, I get all spun out on fucking adrenaline rushes, and then, anyways. Is there anything you guys want to fucking hear or see while I'm gone? Wow, yeah. How about the very first fucking music video that I did in appreciation for all the liberal YouTube chatters? Should we do that? Wow, yeah.
Fuck off, hippie. I'm sorry.
Now wait a minute.
All right, so I'm going to go, like I've told you 10 times already, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I'm going to make another fucking cocktail. And I might do a couple dabs because I can't fucking smoke the shit on streams because these motherfuckers think I'd be smoking crack. And it's like, I would never smoke crack. I always do my crack and meth smoking when I'm not live. This shit's old. And it's a little bit, there's a couple sour notes. But if you like some fucking shredding, because it's Saturday night, here it is, yo.
Frontier's 100% fiber internet.
Holy shit, that was quick. Damn. Now you guys can see that I watch Bob Ross on occasion still. I do like that group though. All right, I still have to do a dab. Sorry. I'm almost out. A little dab will do ya. Or a big one. Whatever. I was thinking about a fucking mini bar up here in the studio or a coffee maker. But like I don't drink a lot of coffee. Like the other day I didn't have any coffee and I paid for it later that night. Like I get a headache if I don't. And usually that's something I think that happens to folks who really suck down caffeine. Like I can't even, like I don't feel like I get that withdrawal from soda, but I drink mainly decaffeinated or caffeine-free soda, Vernors, 7-Up. Gloria, yeah, I remember I don't know how it wasn't like constantly, but I made a lot of trips to Canada with my grandparents growing up. And yeah, Grandpa would always max out. I think he could bring back like 2 cases of fucking Canadian beer or something. And I remember when it was just me and my little sister, 2 years younger than me, just us two and my grandparents went for a trip. And Customs actually came in the motorhome. I don't know. I never recall that happening, but yeah, Grandpa had a fucking lift up, like he had a Georgia boy. It was a fucking beauty for 1984, right? And so he had to bring him in and lift up the back bed or whatever where he had the beer. He wasn't trying to hide it. It's just, there's limited room in a motorhome or whatever. That's weird. I remember that specific thing. Hey Bear, what's up, sister? Cheers to you. Darlene says she's going to get ready. You be good and safe travels. Take pictures. I asked you if you were going to that salt mine, and I apologize, but I fucking yap and ask you guys questions, and I'm just fucking on to something else. A Bear says, congrats on visual progression on your screen. Looking good. Thanks, sister. Yeah. This piece, I can show you all of it. I didn't do a good job last night or early this morning, so I was trying to crop it. So it would like maybe this desk. Let me get rid of this shit. Like I had to take that whole desk out. It was in that picture basically like it is, but I had to take it out, remove a bunch of the shit around it. You can see kind of what's transparent background and what isn't. But I didn't get the size right. So, because I thought maybe I'd have that desk swing out, and you guys can't see my cursor or my pointer. Thought I'd have that desk swing out underneath me. But I gotta redo it. It's such a I'm a fucking idiot. I know I'm doing all this shit the fucking hard way, but anyways, thanks, A-Bear. I do. I love the graphics. I battle with myself a lot about it. Like, you know what you should do, TV? You should just fucking spend some time reading on what's going on instead of worrying about all the fucking pretty shit to put on a screen. But I don't know. Whatever. I'm hoping to do both. Yeah, see, I really don't have this shit completely lined up properly. Anyways.
No way. No way.
That one's warm. I better be careful. Yeah, John did say something. I don't think I've ever seen Darlene, but I do know our lovely A-Bear's frame, and yeah, apparently you guys wouldn't do well in any sort of deep snow. I say all the time, I tell you guys all the time, I fucking worry about Mrs. V with the dogs and or going down in the snow. You know, and it's not, 31 years together. She already knows I'm an idiot. Nothing I say offends her. Probably because, well, she knows it's not what I mean, and she understands I'm an idiot. Like, be careful, god damn it. She does. She fucking worries the piss out of me. And I know she'll go, I'm paying attention. I got my boots or this or that on, whatever. And I feel that she's being completely fucking attentive to what I'm asking and saying to her, but that her idea of being safe isn't what actually being safe is. I don't know. Gloria says she misses Verner's ginger ale. Used to be able to find it here, but not anymore. Yeah, it's a Michigan produced soda, but some states are able to get it. Like when we were in Maryland, they got it. Like they were drinking I haven't shared any of the pictures from Maryland. Hold on. Here, I'll just start feeding these. There won't be any audio. We just didn't, I wasn't prepared. We didn't do the greatest job at getting video clips, and we didn't make it to DC, but because of the weather, we had one day that we were going to be able to go, and it didn't cut it. But I have a picture of, well, my son's fiance's parents. And me and Mrs. V.
Music Mart. You just saw it. You missed it. There was guitar, like little tiny little guitars in the front of the window.
I know,
like
too, but I'm trying. I gotta watch the road. That's why I want you guys to record and stuff.
You can't.
Oh, here we go. It's probably in my phone.
You remember it.
Right on straight through the lights, how?
Yeah. My phone's tripping again.
Shh, man, I'm telling you. We need to move, Christina. I know I... All right. Anyways. My son's fiance's parents, her mom and stepdad, they met online. He's from Ghana. She is of German descent. I want to say just a year or two older than me, so 56, 7, something like that. And I think John, her husband, is a little bit younger. But she was the youngest of a few children. Her dad was a doctor. I don't know. Anyway, she grew up, spent a bunch of time early in Germany, but has siblings that are quite a bit, like a generation older than her. But she met her husband, John, online. He's from Ghana. And he was big on the Schweppes, which is, you guys know, I'm sure, is ginger ale. And then there's what's the, isn't there some Canadian fucking ginger ale thing or something, right? God damn it, what's my problem? Anyways, so they had never heard of Vernors, and I knew it wasn't available. God damn it, I'm pissed I can't fucking... Whenever I am surfing through my labyrinth of files, I'll come across shit and go, oh, I got to remember where that is. I don't know. Plus, I think my PC is giving me a little bit of a hard time at the moment. Yeah, it's starting to freeze. It just did. God damn it. I can't get this window to close, you guys. This thing's tired. What is it? It's March 2026. I started streaming with this PC in July 10th or something like that, 2020. It's almost never shut off since then, 6 years. I can't even get to you guys right now. Wait a minute. Maybe I can't. All right, there you are. I can't close that. I was searching through my files. Like, I've just recently, in the last couple months, connected my phone to my PC because I was using the camera. And like when I stream like this, but unfortunately it won't even fucking connect my camera anymore. See, now I gotta, but it's got like everybody from the trip sent me shit to my phone, and I still haven't gotten it all into my PC yet. Sorry, I gotta write Mrs. V back. Anyways, I turned them on to Werner's. Long story short, Gloria. I turned them on to Werner's. We spent 2 nights there. Michigan, yeah. Regional, I guess, A-Bear, but pretty much just a Michigan soda that eventually started that other states would pick up, and I don't know how that would work. Right? Like there has to be a fucking market for it, right? Or someone taking a chance, knowing, having a good idea that there would be a market for this soda there or whatever. I'm not sure if this is a good comparison, but like when I worked for Hooters, A-Bear, there was only so many things we were able to get. Hooters had HOA, which is Hooters of America, and then they had franchise stores, right? I worked for the corporation. Even the franchise stores still had standards that they had to follow, right? Product standards, or how do I say that? Product requirements. Only certain ones would be allowed, but Naturally Fresh was a subsidiary of HOA or whatever. It was another company that was owned, and I never looked into it. My guess is that it was set up to supply the Hooters stores. So I got a truck twice a week in Muskegon, Michigan, and they came from Missouri, from God damn it. This shit, where's Angela? This is what me and Angela were talking about last night. Like, shit, I'm drawing a blank on that. I shouldn't be. I can't remember. Major city there in state of Missouri. So it would be but he would hit Hooters all the way up, right? So, and it was a whole day. And yeah, it's whatever. You can fucking drive 12, 13 hours in a day twice a week, sure. It would blow, but so it always had to remain cost effective somehow, right? And I never got into that because I was just a fucking store manager and a corporate trainer, right? But I imagine that's what's weird. So Werner's didn't just like head south from, and most of this shit was made in like Holland, Michigan, where I was born. It was huge for a long time with shit like Lifesavers Factory, bunch of different soda snacks. I was talking about the auto industry and office furniture industry here in Michigan, and especially West Michigan. And it's like, Michigan has had so many fucking the fucking trailblazers and so many goddamn industries. And look at us. Why? Why is Michigan such a fucking failed? Not completely failed, but seriously, find me another state. take Georgia, Texas, California out. Certainly, you're not going to find me another state in the Midwest that has had, like I said, the history that we have. It's sad. Gloria says she'd pay to have Verner's and Labatt shipped to her. I can't do Labatt. One of my very best buddies, and we were fucking all business for I dated his sister, the only girl that I ever dated that was older than me. And man, I only dated her for like a year or something, 18 to 19. She was 22 when we first started dating. Rob was just less than a year younger than me, but we didn't meet each other until our late teens. I think probably basically till I started dating his sister, but God, we would fucking it was all business. I don't know how he did it. And it's no wonder, I had to fucking totally quit drinking for a long time or figure shit out because I would always get sick. And it's like, no fucking wonder. I was never one to black out or pass out. It might have been better if I had, because it just keep fucking torturing my body. He liked the Labatt's Blue. I could never do it. I didn't like any of that ice shit. Like, I remember distinctly when that Miller Ice House came out, and it was like fucking 7.2% or some stupid shit. And nasty. It's like, oh my God. We're in our 21 years old now, you guys. We don't have to fucking buy the straw, like back in the day when you have two buddies scraping together enough for a fifth of the cheapest motherfucking shit you could get that was 80 proof, because you were going to get, it had the most buzz value, I guess, per dollar. That's too sweet for me. A-Bear says, for all I know, it was in D.C. all the time. I'm not yeah, it could have been. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, A-Bear, when we were there in Maryland for the holidays, as you know, very close to D.C. or where we were at. Yeah, it was readily available. A-Bear, I never had a chance to fucking yap on that either. Let me see what that fucking window's doing. Oh, it closed finally, I think. But as you had told me, and it's not like my kid is shy about it, when I first told you a couple of years ago that he was in Pasadena, you're like, man, TV, that's a fucking shit part. It's really, I don't know, sister. We weren't out walking like in the area. There was a couple times we went out after dark to get food and beer, and it really is weird. Like, some of the one specific local liquor store was on a personal basis or whatever with our kid. But one morning, me and our youngest, who went with us, I'm like, come on, Chewy, let's go down to the store and let's just go fucking wander around and find something, some donuts or whatever, right? Like, I was hungry and just needed to go explore. I'm like, we'll just drive, whatever. We'll try not to take too many turns and get lost. And we went literally, I don't know, half a mile, 3/4 of a mile. And I wish I could, I I don't know how familiar Abe. I'm sure she knows all the area well, even though he's like, I don't know, 45-ish minutes outside of actual DC. But and we went in the store and I'm like, this isn't bad. This motherfucker's clean. It's bright. There's like I couldn't get over how many employees there were ready to help, like too many. And we just wandered through it, and prices weren't bad or nothing like that. And we fucking yapped the hell out of the, chewed the ear off, not chewed, yapped the ear off our cashier. And get back to my sons, and I'm like, yeah, so I'm down the fucking road to this grocery store. And Amber, his fiance, is like, yeah, I don't know. I'll never shop there. Trey does once in a while. They're like, and I asked Trey about my son about it later, and he's just like, yeah, Dad, just sometimes you just got, shit can be sketchy sometimes. You just gotta, and I don't know. My son's not a prude, but I guess growing up, having it a little bit tough, he's aimed for better things in life and gotten there, and I love that. But yeah, it may as well be Pasadena. Gloria said, let me catch up with on this chat. Gloria says, we'll need to start doing business together, TV. If you're ever not busy, I can check what a 12-pack of Vernors is and shipping costs. It'd be grateful. Well, Gloria, supposedly in September or sometime, and this shit's going to be going by fast. Oh, excuse me a minute, you guys, while I wipe my fucking schnoz. It's been rainy and warmer here, thankfully, but hopefully we're going to be going to Florida to see our oldest and the grandkids this fall. And me and Miss, we're driving. So I don't know. I mean, I'd like to get through North Carolina. We're going to have to stop someplace. I mean, you and Mac are both there. But, yeah. A-Bear says, I have a tune for you. It may as well be Pasadena. A-Bear says, I don't know the area well. It was way out of the way for me. Yeah. Yeah, A-Bear, I kind of, like, I hadn't really zoomed in far enough, you know. I mean, I know my geography pretty well, I think. Good enough, right? And then, obviously, I was much more attentive just with, in the last 10 years with my kid being out there, and obviously knowing you and my aunt being out there, you know, her whole fucking career and half of my life. And so, but yeah, then once we got there, I was like, I had no idea he was so fucking close to Baltimore. I had no idea it was much closer to the fucking ocean, right, than I had thought, right? Like, I just, it's a little bit more spread out than I realized from DC to the actual shoreline. And then, you know, with even talking to you, like you had mentioned the bays and stuff, and it's like, or, you know, maybe in saying, you know, it depends on which way you're going around and this and that. And yeah, it was like basically where the kid lives is fucking a bunch of islands, right? Or it feels like that. Very cool area. I was A Bear, I don't freak out or nothing, but like literally, sister, we seen, and I asked him straight up. I'm like, is there like a downtown area of where you're at? Because he's kind of right. They're right in it. They're actually on a private road, so the road don't get plowed or anything. But it's right there at this major, like literally, I can't even. A Bear, I wouldn't even be exaggerating if it can't be more than 3 or 4 miles off that turnpike. And it's like as soon as you get off like the turnpike, just all of a sudden you're on the turnpike or the toll road, and you're all of a sudden, bam, you're at this huge fucking, intersection with lights, and it's like you're in a city. And then go down a few more fucking miles, and the kid's house was, or street was right in there. But I was just didn't see anything shady. And I asked, I'm like, is there anything to worry about walking around here at any? Because I'm just a curious bastard about society like that anyway, right? No. We heard like we heard sirens all fucking night long every night. They said that's normal. Not like it's just blaring out, but the fire station, a police station wasn't far from them. And so I guess it's busy in that aspect. All right, cool. You got the link for us. Thanks. Is it a
Machine
copyrighted?
learning is advancing, but businesses wonder if some machines can.
Is it a copyrighted tune? Good Charlotte, Waldorf Worldwide. Oh yeah, Charlotte is like another area right there. God, what is the other, right? I do not know what the public assistance ratio is like there. Hey Bear, I tell you what, my kid's house is nice. It's nothing. I don't. It's nice as hell. I don't know. Fucking. I forget. It feels smaller than what it actually is, but it's like the motherfucker was not cheap. I'm like, and I get it. Like, I don't know if where he lives is that like is that a place you could live and commute to DC? Because it would, I suppose so, right? Like, if you had to be in at 8, 9 in the morning or something, it'd be like a 2-hour commute maybe. Literally, well, it's probably, I don't know. I think Trey said 45 minutes to an hour there. and I assume someone living there would be considering traffic ETA, not distance ETA, right? Yeah, I swear, Bear, I didn't see, but I don't live in the greatest county. I'm outside of the city here, but I was ready for, I really was expecting, because it's such a high populated area and being around our capital, I'm like, yeah, I can imagine there's going to be expensive. It's going to be expensive even in the fucking worst of worst areas, right? And maybe I've watched too much shit about the fucking LA hoods and the New York hoods and the Detroit hoods, but I was, you know, yeah. Right, A Bear. Like when my uncle was just 4 years older than me, right? Year younger than my aunt, who is career Navy. He was over there for several years, and I believe he was in Virginia or North Carolina. She's in North Carolina now. I gotta pull up a map because I'm not sure if one of them is commutable to DC. Anyways, he said he would be. He did refrigeration for some pretty big company that did a lot of government contracts. Like, he was never in the White House, but he was in the Pentagon, and God, where did he say he was quite often? I can't remember. Maybe it was the Capitol building or something, but like, basically he got hooked up with somebody that was a fucking long time in the company, and they just basically went to the same fucking government building every day of the week because there was always so much shit to be worked on. But yeah, he was like, it's fucking 2 hours, 45 fucking minutes each way every day. And I'm like, I'm not ignorant, but I just never have grown up, or even though I've traveled and worked, for Hooters and went to pretty big cities, I just had this like fucking terrorizing vision of 10 lanes of fucking highway at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning at a standstill, right? Bumper to bumper. Like, you just moved at fucking a half a dozen miles an hour your whole fucking commute. Oh shit, I got a map pulled up now, but I can't remember what I was going to look at. Oh, yeah. Uh Yeah, so he must have just lived in Virginia. North Carolina would be too much of a commute, wouldn't it? Well, I guess it depends on where you're at. It's so fucking weird over there. Like, on our way, our two youngest kids of the five are the two that went with us. Our son, he's 25. He still lives with us, right? But our youngest, our daughter, actually took her car because she has a fucking nice, not gas guzzling vehicle. But those two split the drive on the way there, and we did it in like 10 hours or something like that. But we took the pole roads, and then on the way home, I did the whole stint. and we went around the toll roads. And it was much more scenic, but I don't know. It's just, I'm a boring motherfucker. It's such an interesting area, right? And really, just the whole fucking cruise, once you get to the east side of Michigan, right, from where I'm at, like you're going through Detroit, Toledo, Cleveland, you know what I mean? On the outskirts of fucking Pittsburgh, if you're taking that way or whatever. I'm ready to go back. A-Bear says she made a similar commute for 3 years, 15 miles away, an hour to get home. Yeah, I think I remember you talking about that, and you, yeah, Mr. Bear would give you shit about the route you'd take because you would had to drive farther, but you would be moving. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What difference does it make? Like, maybe you would be using a little bit. It would be maybe a little bit cheaper to be sitting in traffic, A-Bear, right? But we're talking about the cost of mental stability and energy. Yeah, much better flying down the road, even if it's, I mean, if it's, honestly, if it's the exact same time that it takes, for sure sitting there is going to seem like longer. Whether it is or not, doesn't matter. It is. It is all about the speed you're driving. Not the Well, Jim, that's why, like I said, I mean, we wanted to see some more scenic stuff anyway. God darn it. Did you guys catch that one video? Let's see if I can find, let's see if I can find some others. Oh no, they're not gonna let me flip it. Am I still all right? Oh, I can hear though. Ha! Photos wouldn't let me flip this, but these are really short clips from our fucking trip. 'Cause we were all so excited about the mountains because we just don't see them. I mean, even our awesome scenery in northern Michigan just isn't quite like this.
Got it from the sound on your phone.
I just want Mom to see the river.
All right, so it did straighten out itself.
Got it from the sound on your phone.
I just want Mom to see the river.
So that would have been on the way there. All right, now why isn't one? God damn it. Is this really going to fucking do this shit to me where I can't just bring up one after another? Yeah, record for me. I already got it running.
So you're gonna get your phone out like that.
And I'll tell you what, A-Bear, I was so fucking happy. I was really concerned about the weather. I mean, even though I wasn't like worried about us like it being dangerous in any sort of way, I'm just like, man, this could turn out to be a real fucking hassle. You know, slowing us down big time, right? But it didn't. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like this thing's gonna keep get. Oh, maybe not. Super interesting stuff. You can't see. You can barely. I don't know if you guys can even see the fucking mountains through the fog there.
I was just like looking straight out.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can see actually the mountains through the clouds and fog there, but I just need to put all that shit into a fucking quick clip. Well, Jim, on the way home, we got into just some light snow once we got up in the mountains, and I was nervous for a minute, dude, but it didn't last long. Like it was, we're 2 hours in. We left at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we were 2 hours in, maybe not even, and we just started getting up into some of the higher elevations there for the back roads we were taking, and all of a sudden it fucking just went white, dude. Not with snow, but with fog, and there's a little bit of snow coming down, and I'm like, holy fuck. And we don't have that shit here. Fucking lit up arrows telling you there's a curve coming, and it's like, holy fucking balls. And it's like, it was so, the fog was so intense, you literally just could not even see in front. Like I was down to 10, 15 miles an hour. And knowing there was people behind us, not like on our ass or nothing, and that somewhere there was a semi somewhere in front of us because we had seen them right before we got shitty. It never got too tense, and it only lasted for 15, 20 minutes. But is what sucked is it probably blocked. We don't even know what we missed for views at those points. But yeah. Yeah, I'm not a heights guy anyway, and though none of the roads that we were at, like I said, up at that point, felt really sketchy when went to West Virginia when I was younger with my mom and sister, and we drove, and there was whatever route mom had us on. There was a couple of mountainside roads that I was like, this is fucked up. Abear says the Taconic Parkway is a great road for impractical sports cars. I know. I know, Abear. I love you. I'm taking Abear's emoji on her comment as she's poking at me, knowing that I do know better. Even though I've never been west of the Mississippi. Yeah, I get it. Like, you know, the Appalachians aren't quite what the Rockies are or whatever. Abear, we have more. I mean, we have some fucking sketchy shit in the north, in the UP of Michigan. Like real pretty high cliffy stuff. No big massive ass pointy mountains, right? But Abear says, your idea of mountains is making me sad. Is my innocence not adorable? Jim says, I'm guessing it's not in Takana. New York, Massachusetts border. I'm 100% sure there is a car commercial about that, probably on YouTube. I tell you what, that was pretty amazing, you guys. Seeing all the fucking $200,000, $300,000 cars while we were out there. Like, holy fuck, we'd just be hauling down the highway, right? And some fucking badass Lamborghini. I'm like, Jesus Christ, really? You don't see that shit around here. Ever. Yeah, the dunes, exactly. Well, Bear refuses to give credit to the Great Lakes for having shorelines. Coastlines, maybe I said. Maybe that was the difference. I don't know. Yeah, I am, I'm not obviously I understand or have seen in a way and learned and read, right, about all the awesome different places or lots of them in the world, in our country. And Bear, I've talked to you about how much, for whatever reason, I seem to find the Northeast intriguing and Northern Cali area. The deserts don't seem to enthuse me much. The mountains, not so much. The South, like Florida, nah. But yeah, go, and I get it. I'm going there, man. And just being like that first video clip, I won't be able to find it now, but of us on our way home, going through that little fucking town in Pennsylvania, like we shot the video as soon as we got back in the car after a gas station, a sketchy ass gas station stop. Like, this place was a fucking disaster inside, and it had slot machines. And then literally we pulled out of there, started up this steep ass hill, and it was the most beautiful little fucking awesome town. And it was like, like this all the way through it. And this was like one of the main roads that we were, GPSing or whatever. And that shit is cool. It's like, we have some old stuff around here, obviously, but it's well, the terrain too. I guess because, like you said, it's all just not something I've seen often, In fact, like the first, when me and my mom and sister went out to West Virginia in '88 or whatever to see my aunt's holidays, one of the guys at the gas station called me a flatlander. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's true. Other than the dunes. Josh, cheers to you, brother. Happy weekend. I know Bear has. I've asked her to Google West Michigan beaches, like my county specifically, and the town I grew up in just south of me. She doesn't want to talk about it because she'd have to admit they're actually beautiful beaches, an actual beach. I tell you what, Bear being on the East Coast, there's no way they have fucking shit for beaches up there. Not anywhere's from like North Carolina north, and I can't be sure of that, but there's no way they have nice sandy beaches. Nobody wants to sunbathe on a rock, Bear, except for a seal or whatever. I don't want to talk about it. Jim says he has been to 49 of 50 states. There's a lot to see coast to coast. Yeah, yeah. I agree, brother. I've never taken it too hard, but I've been around a little bit. Like I said, I've never been west of the Mississippi, but I've been quite a few different places, I guess. Or at least been unsheltered. From Michigan south to the Mississippi, right? Seen a little bit of the east. Some Midwest, which is boring, but like Michigan, I don't know. West Michigan is it is a beauty over here. Jim knows what a gorgeous spot. I mean, we are just. I don't know if people think Michigan, and it's such a boring name, anyways. Not like New York or California, but we're so much. West Michigan is just so much different all along the Lake Michigan shoreline compared to the east side of the state or the south part of our state. And then really, we don't really even have a candle to hold to the UP. It's just, it's not cornfields and cows like where Mighty's at. And Gloria says she stayed at a hotel in Boone Mountain, North Carolina, not far from Mac. The quietness and sky full of stars was incredibly peaceful. Yeah, I can imagine I would just struggle with the heat, I assume. Why is A-Bear being so mean to me tonight? There's probably not. I mean, it's gorgeous, A-Bear, but certainly, it's not, you'd have to go to the UP, and there's lots of waterfalls, which I'm sure you've seen waterfalls, and there's lots of nice woods, and that I think that's probably why I could appreciate the Northeast so much. It's like certainly like northern New York State, right? Yeah, there's a lot. Like I said, A-Bear, I was impressed with how beautiful it was in such a high populated area when we went to see the kid, because it's just water everywhere, Yeah, no, I don't think Michigan has anything. I mean, we have some of the biggest dunes in the country and in the world, I believe. And, the Great Lakes are the second or third largest liquid fresh water body in the world. But no, nothing probably that you can't find or haven't seen someplace else. All I want to do is what time is it? How long we been doing this? 2.5 hours? Oh, I'll bet you Mrs. V is home too. It's 11:15. I have to go do another BRB. I'm not ready to shut up. It's kind of quiet in here, but that's all right. Maybe it'll pick up yet, right? You can always go back to talking about beer. It was nice. Not I fully intended, not that I had anything special this year, but that we would be that I'd be on this Iran thing, and maybe I can fucking change gears because I'm ready to. The shit's irritating. I think We're either going to pay attention or we're going to ignore it. I don't think ignoring it's going to be very good. I don't give a fuck what your reasons for standing against it are, but this shit's just really going to go south badly, you know? Because it was like lightning, and everybody was fighting, and the music was soothing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ballroom Blitz. All right. I do have to go to the bathroom. That's probably why I'm getting all fucking squirrely. Hang a second, you guys, and I'll be right back like a mother bugger. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll leave you guys hanging. Jenny was sweet. She'd always smile for the people she'd meet. Oh, driver's seat. Yeah. Driver's seat. Jesus Christ. What have I done? I got Jim and Josh fucking collaborating now. That would be Sniffin' Tears. I don't know if they had any other hits. Probably not. Maybe some other, whatever. I don't know how the charts work, for fuck's sake, but they might have had another tune or two on the chart somewhere along the way. I doubt that that song was a number one or anything, but it was probably up there for a minute. It's got a good groove. I like that fucking second line. Jenny was sweet. She always smiled for the people she'd meet. Oh, driver's seat. Yeah. I almost thought about playing Love is Like Oxygen, because that's, I don't know why I always kind of associate those two tunes, but. Jim, I still remember my kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Lilly, and though I haven't talked to him in a little while, I did reconnect with my very first best friend from kindergarten on Facebook. Like, we hung out all through our teens and stuff, but yeah. Rob McGuire, probably the oldest living friend that I have. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Josh is a good doobie. He's you know, it's not every fucking day you meet 10 really kick-ass new people or even close, but it's been, I'm so thankful, you know, when just like to from no effort or to any credit of to myself, you know, Lolo just happened to come by our stream one night, and I've met a good handful of people, some really decent people from her channel, you know, folks that frequent her streams. Josh be one of those. Yeah, so I didn't really see, I thought I'd talk about Iran. We are almost going on 3 hours. 1.5 cocktails in. It's going to be a long night for TV, I have a feeling. My wheels are spinning like there's no tomorrow. And I don't feel, I don't know, I wish I had some good things to share, but I don't. Because there's a lot of shit show going on. And I keep feeling like I want to fucking get into it, but it's such a fucking drag, right? Like maybe we've just had enough for the weekend. It's estimated about 900 million to $1 billion a day for the current situation that the U.S. is undergoing here in Iran. And when you add a third carrier group, and I just watched a documentary right before we fucking hit Iran on what it costs to run a carrier every day, and it gave a few different estimates, right? You know, just in general, when it's docked, you know, when it's out to sea, or and during work, any sort of missions, right? So those estimates were somewhere around $1 billion. Maybe it was just over $1 billion every 6 months per carrier. But they're saying that right now, and we do have 2 carriers over there already, and that is probably not all that. I mean, that estimate is a total of whatever we got going on over there. And so I don't know what that includes. Absolutely, it has to include, you know, everything that's going on over there involving any sort of operations dealing with Iran, whether it's just logistics from one of our other foreign bases or whatever. But to have 2 carrier groups there, I don't know what this is. A huge amount. It's got to be well over 60% of our naval force. I don't know how many fucking carriers we got. We can't have that many more. I mean, I'm going to be shocked if it's much more than fucking a dozen carriers. Ten, 11. U.S. Navy currently operates 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, 10 Nimitz class, and 1 Gerald R. Ford class as of early 2026. Less than a dozen carriers. So we're going to have 25% of our carriers over there. But that's much. That doesn't say that that's only 25% of our naval force. Because I'm positive every one of those 3 carriers is fucking touting a fuck ton of fucking fighters. Yeah, Jim says 1 Stinger missile is $22 million. Just one. Yeah, and those, is it the Hellcat? There was some other one too that we were just was in the news. Not all that. It's about $10 million a fucking missile. Hellfire missiles, maybe. Yeah, it was a good song. It's a good song. I can't go through and just listen to like that era of music over and over, but there's some of the shit that those fucking melodies and bass riffs are groovy. Yes, exactly, Josh. Josh says, I heard they took out a bunch of our air defenses using drones they're supposed to protect us against. Yeah, and I didn't look up the full details of that, but our brother Putin was sharing that with me earlier. They had hit, I want to say islands that these are on. I can't be for sure. Anyways, they had hit these installations that, what Josh is saying, Iran had droned some of our radar installations that are set up to support the air defense systems. And it's like, how in the fuck is that not the most protected thing, period? Is those radar installate, like if they go down and you cannot defend against any fucking incoming, missiles, rockets, whatever, aircrafts, whatever it is, how is that not made almost untouchable, right? Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, Josh. I agree. Like, that's kind of whatever. This whole thing is going to be, there'll be very little that good that comes out of it, but those will be one of the things, like, and maybe these situations will also, and yeah, I'm a fucking sad sack of a fucking ridiculously hopeful in these ways, like maybe it'll stick in our mind and we'll consider that there's no way to take on these kinds of battles or wars anymore. Technology isn't, because when you decide to use technology, they'll use sticks and stones. They'll go into caves. Whatever it is. And that's just, unfortunately, I guess, me sitting and seeing it from the U.S. perspective. And it's like, I hope I wouldn't ever be supportive of a terrorist state, and I hope I wouldn't ever be the citizen of a country led by a complete maniac. But here we are, motherfuckers. Here I am, the citizen of what is supposedly the most powerful nation in the world, led by a fucking maniac, so maybe it'd be some sort of encouragement for us to stop doing this shit along with other things, but it'll be another factor. And what a complete fucking, I don't have the words to describe how bad of a decision this was on Trump's part. And I just wonder I doubt we'll ever know fully. Maybe we'll hear some of it, but like what the same, if there is any, I mean, there's got to be some. I hope, you guys, right? That there's some rational, fucking humane people still in the upper brass in the Pentagon, Trump war advisors. I don't know if Trump has anybody around him at all that is speaking truth to him. I don't know. I mean, for this kind of shit to happen, and I'm not saying it wouldn't happen even if Trump had a whole lot of fucking people in top positions saying this isn't a good idea, doesn't mean it would change his mind. I'm just wondering if is there anybody pushing back? I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. I love to watch them roll. The merry-go-round. I just had to let them go. I just had to let them go. You guys can send any negative letters about my singing to Gloria. Gloria, don't they think I want you to do? Yeah, I actually pull that one up every once in a while, Glory. There's a few like Lennon solo tunes that are I mean, some I'm Beatles are like my number 2 band, you know. Only behind Zeppelin and just in front of Nirvana. But I never listened to a ton of Lennon solo stuff. Josh says, not this time around. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Every everything that's Trump is doing is within the bounds of the Constitution, I guess, as much as most of us, or the majority of our country right now, the legal experts, Supreme Court, obviously, is able to determine or interpret. But to most of us, it just doesn't seem, I mean, it's not right. And so it's a real fucking bugger for any of us who know that. I mean, the exact thing we're fighting for right now is to try and maintain our Constitution. And so it's a real bitch to think, well, fuck, we're never gonna there, and it's absolutely true that we may not be able to maintain our Constitution if we don't fucking move outside of it. And that's not easy for me to say. It's not something I want to think about. I don't know how we deal with that. Because if you wait too long, there's going to be a point where you cross a line where it's too late. Right? That's a bitch to deal with, like your principles having to be sacrificed in order to maintain a structure of your, this social structure of some sort of fucking humane principles, laws, morals, ethics. It doesn't make sense, does it? It's a fucking oxymoron. Yeah, old enough for dying, but not old enough for voting. I can't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Is that Country Joe? Country Joe and the Fish? I don't know if that was, maybe that wasn't, no. Country Joe did that, 'cause it's 1, 2, 3, what are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. Next stop is Vietnam, and it's 5, 6, 7, open up the pearly gates. Something, something, whoopee, we all gonna die. Yeah, I don't know. I just seen something. I only watched half this dude, and I got to go back and check it out. It was how to engage these idiots. And this dude kind of had the same conclusion that I've been resisting. And that is, I don't think, and Josh, for most of us who are normal or semi-normal, we can't understand why it's so much of a challenge for these folks to admit they were wrong. And it's not like they have to admit they are wrong, right? They just have to stop supporting the bullshit, and nobody would give a fuck. One of my fucking proud lines to the Trumpers is you guys can start being normal anytime and nobody will even question it. You don't have to fucking announce it. You don't have to fucking apologize to anybody. You just have to stop being a fuck up. And I don't know, brother. I don't know that there is I can't imagine there's some sort of line for any of them that are left that Trump can cross. You know what I mean? Like, he's a fucking rapist. He's a pedophile. He's a fucking convicted felon. He's not kept a single motherfucking campaign promise. He's gone beyond that and made shit much, much harder on Americans. Right? I mean, it's just so, that's why it's like I was really shitty to one of these older female Trumpers that is always very docile, I guess, but I just say she's passive. And it's like, I've had it. I don't give a fuck. I know me sitting here saying the world would be better without you is a pretty non-productive thing, but it's still true. I mean, I don't know. There's no fences anymore for me. I'm not a far left fucking liberal fucking kook, but there's no fences in this situation. There's no fences in this world, period, today. There's a lot of shitty shit going on. A lot of fucking people getting extremely wealthy, and I'm not jealous. I don't need another house or 2 extra cars or the ability to vacation every few months. I don't know. But I'm also just one person. But there's no fences anymore, right? Like it, and it's not it's class warfare, but in such a weird way, right? Like in an extreme way. Just a real ultimate, and I don't even want to say it's just, it has to be obviously some mix of the wealthy, the elite, the powerful. Barry Maguire. But yeah, he's crossing his own supporters, Josh. And I don't know, dude, it's very interesting, right? It's fucking this whole mass hysteria thing. There has been nothing like it. We have seen nothing like what we're seeing in America with MAGA and the Trumpers since Hitler's Germany. So yeah. For some reason, dude, they don't give a fuck. There's no possible way all these people don't see the reality of what a fuck up he is. They just aren't willing to admit it, and I cannot tell you what their reason for that is. Because it doesn't make sense to any semi-rational person. Josh says pet peeves when he goes through and looks up facts with someone and they agree, and then 2 days later, yeah. Because it's a matter of pride. It's not a matter of reality with them. Like, they can't, and I just can't understand it. We all have our fucking things that we are stubborn about, but it's like with these people, it's so much and it's constant, and it's like, it's just very hard to wrap your head around, right? Like it doesn't matter. Up is down and dark is light, whatever. Yeah, I don't think so either, Gloria, and that's what worries me, because Trump will be gone someday, but these folks won't be. And I'm not saying, like, Okay, they're all going to go fucking dark and then be networking, 70 fucking million people or whatever networking, in ghost mode. They're just going to be laying there in hibernation until the next Trump, who will be 10 times more savvy and educated than Trump, right? All right, you guys. I have to find I'm going to try and find something to share with you guys while on my way out. Punch me in the mouth, it's Christmas. Punch me in the mouth, it's Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. I got to get back at fucking banging out some music. All right, I guess. So whatever. I should run the fucking video I did of Walking on Sunshine from a while ago. Good 12, 13 years ago. With two of my kids in it. Just some home video clips put to that tune. But fucking YouTube's probably already going to give me a hard time because I played some fucking 80s metal compilation band at the beginning. Virgin Steel. Let's go all the way. All right. What the fuck, man? Come on. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate you guys. You know I do. I hope to see you again real soon. I get like this. I have a lot to say. I don't want to be a fucking negative bitch. I let these streams go however they go. I wasn't like pre-prepped for this or anything. I just pretty much like always, I sit there wondering what the fuck I'm gonna do, and then I get a stick up my ass and decide I'm gonna stream. I just thought I would be yapping about all kinds of different more shit than what we were yapping about.
Music more.
But that's good with me. All right, you guys, did you get registered? Did you get anybody next to you registered? Anybody in your family? Did you share this stream with the people you love and those you absolutely want to annoy? I recommend it. If you want to fucking get under someone's skin, send them some fucking bullshit media, like a lot. I have like, I don't know, 350 fucking videos that you guys can choose from. Plenty of irritation there. All right, I hope I see you again soon. If I don't, I'll see you right after that. I appreciate you. Be good. Peace and love. TV2 out like a motherfucker.